Hi everyone, I'm here with Enda Kushnahan, who is the Managing Director of Ulster Shredders, a manufacturer of industrial shredding machines, and Josh Shepherd, who is the Lead Forensic Analyst from Adisa conducting VIZION shred size verification on your shredded materials. So VIZION is Adisa's proprietary method for imaging and analysing shred output to verify compliance with ISO and IEC 21964 Part 2, as well as new regulations around electronic waste disposal, like the Environmental Agency's RPS 309 and RPS 324. So we'll start with yourself, Enda. Tell us about Ulster Shredders.
Yeah, well, Ulster Shredders is a leading manufacturer of industrial shredding machines. We specialise in the secure and efficient data destruction as well as general waste processing solutions. And we're based over here in Northern Ireland. We design and manufacture all of our own equipment in-house, ensuring complete quality control and the ability to tailor our solutions to each customer's needs. We have over 50 years of engineering expertise and provide shredders for a wide range of industries from IT asset disposal and recycling to confidential document destruction. We don't just offer standard models, we manufacture bespoke solutions to meet specific volume reduction requirements, whether for hard drives, solid state drives, or general waste streams. And our machines range from our 10 horsepower U7 up to our 150 horsepower U150. At Ulster Shredders, our focus is on delivering innovative, high performance shredding solutions that meet the evolving needs of our customers.
Nice. I think one of the things that we were the most impressed with when we visited you in Belfast was that literally everything, is made in house. I haven't really ever seen a facility of that size that still operates, as one. It was really impressive to see.
Well, we pride ourselves in that, and we're the only indigenous manufacturer of shredding equipment in the UK or Ireland. And some of our competitors do offer a standing piece of equipment and machinery, but those are manufactured outside of these aisles. And we pride ourselves in being able to quick turnaround, be able to respond to the needs of our customers quickly, and deliver the solution in a timely fashion to them. And the R&D facility, which I'm sure you saw during the visit where we carried out the testing as well, gives our customers an opportunity to get a tangible output measurement on what the product is they're looking to process for whatever that reason might be. In the case of what we did trial and test, which is the confidential destruction of the hard drives and the SSDs, to a variety of waste streams. There's hardly a day goes past where we aren't presented with a new material to try and test process for our customers. The path of some of the likes of your paper and plastics is a well-trodden path, and we have got information and throughputs in that already. But something that just varies off the mainstreams can be challenging, and gives us an opportunity to use the expertise we've developed over the years we've been in business to be able to have that solution depending on what the cut size might be, the feeding mechanism, the discharge mechanism, and all of the above. Because not one solution fits all, but we pride ourselves in being able to use the database of information we have in order to pull together the most appropriate technology for the customer requirements.
Yeah, I really liked going into the development facility, which am I right by saying you opened it in 2023?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
I opened in 2023. I joined the business myself at the beginning of 2021, and demos was something that the company here had done for years. It's not a new process, but we felt it important to dedicate an area within the factory that we could do that particular work and have a dedicated area where we could welcome customers in. And as you've seen from the viewing gallery that we had, they can actually safely view the product being destructed.
Yeah, I think it goes a long way with building that sort of trust right at the beginning of the sale to welcome people into your facility. It's quite a unique thing to do.
It is indeed, and it gives you a tangible feel for it, as opposed to buying something on just a promise, as so to speak, or a data sheet. You can actually see and view and feel.
Brilliant. So there's many shredding specifications that confirm particle size, including NPSA and several aligned to the German DIN standards. Verification of compliance with these standards vary in terms of attention to detail, with some of them being confirmed by basic visual inspection and others using simple measurements like calipers or rulers. Is there a challenge that the data destruction industry faces in terms of verification and quality control, do you think?
Yes, I suppose us all being providing our own personal data to various mediums and places where we enter our credit card details. For even me as a consumer, it's important that is protected, and the fact that we can play a part in that. Naively, some people think that, I suppose, the cloud is up in the sky somewhere, when in reality it's a physical infrastructure held within a geographic location that uses the satellite mediums of carrying data to be able to transfer that data from your computer or your phone or wherever down to a farm where there's lots of data storage capabilities there. In terms of the data destruction industry facing several challenges when it comes to compliance, the lack of standardized verification methods, because there's many standards in different particle sizes and methods used to vary. Some rely on the visual inspections, as you quite correctly say. There are variations in testing conditions as well, which again is problematic, and there's different approaches across these standards. But we feel what the guys in Adisa, you guys have done, is to try and leave it that there is a standard approach to it all, that is independently verified, validated, and verified using the imagery that you have. Shredded performance is obviously a key consideration too, and our equipment has been designed that it can consistently produce an output that can achieve those standards going forward for customers, so that they have that peace of mind essentially in knowing and understanding that what they're telling their customers ultimately, because this is a service industry we're serving, is that the data has been destructed, and us as consumers and users and passers of data to all those mediums that are referred to earlier, we get confidence in that has been done.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's not just going off of a promise. We've been independently audited, and it's been verified that our shred size is below this, average shred output. So I'll quickly explain for anyone that's unsure of what VIZION is as to what you've just undertaken. So VIZION shred size verification is a cutting edge tool that helps us verify the shred size of materials after they've been shredded. So our analysts shred drives at your facility, and then we take that back to our lab, and VIZION combines high resolution imagery using a light box and a camera, and then with a process of using a proprietary software, this is then measured out to give you the exact shred size, the average. Josh, you're probably better to explain this, having just done the process.
Yes. So once we've taken an image of the shred particulate on the light box, it goes through our software. That software, it can calculate the longest and shortest side, and basically draws a box around each piece. And because each part of each shred particulate is on the light box, it's dark and the background is white. So you do a simple total box, the white minus the black, and then you've got your average size of that particulate. And obviously let's say there's 1,000 pieces on this light box. You take the average and you've got the output. And that saves us having to measure every piece individually. Software does the hard work for us, and it's obviously much more accurate as well than just using rulers or calipers.
Well, it is worth saying that there's no other test lab in the world that can guarantee this level of accuracy when it comes to confirming that material is truly small enough to meet those compliance regulations. So, Enda, what was your motivation to undertake VIZION?
It's the regulatory compliance piece. With the evolving standards, and we wanted to ensure that the shredded material that our equipment produced met the legal requirements critical for it to avoid non-compliance risks. Quality control and process optimization was important to us as well. And this helps us to refine our shredding machinery setups to ensuring that our equipment operates efficiently and consistently and meets destruction specifications. And also the competitive advantage, and I'd be naive to describe that in any other way. We want to ensure we have a competitive advantage, ensuring we can deliver with confidence our products to customers that meet the requirements that they're being obliged to comply with.
Brilliant. I think it will be the near future where this level of independent shred size verification becomes the mandatory in the industry. I think it's necessary to verify that effectiveness. Is it something the customer's currently concerned about?
Very much so, because they're being their customers, the people that are their hard drives are becoming to the end of life. It's a very key consideration for them. There's been a well documented high profile case across in the United States where there was an organisation that paid for what they believed to be the secure destruction of some data carriers, and there was a breach, and it ended up costing millions of dollars. So for what might seem like a cheap thing to be done at the outset rarely does proves to be the case. So it's that piece around ensuring that it has been securely destructed. And I go back to us as consumers yet again. We want to have confidence too that our data is being when it is available on any of the mediums that are referred to, that it is being destructed consistently and beyond use.
Yeah, absolutely. So Josh, do you want to talk us through what the day looked like when we arrived in Belfast?
Yeah, absolutely. So we arrived and greeted by lovely hospitality. Tea
Scones.
and cakes, yeah.
Yes, always a win.
Absolutely. But we brought test drives with us that we'd prepared in the lab. We'd put our data on them. We knew the spec. And so we had 6 tests, I think it was. So we had multiple drives for each test. And we went through, I think it was the 2 shredders that we tested on site. So 3 tests for each. And we tested our different media. So we had solid state drives and magnetic media. And so we went through the process, and I think it was based on your technical guys, but what shredder we did first. You had the screens that you had to replace, the 3mm screen and the 15mm screens. So we started, I think, with the magnetic and then went through the process. So each one was shredded. We collected the material out the bottom, put it into our bag to take back, sealed it all up, and yeah, so we did that 6 times, had 6 bags of shred output, and took them back to lab to analyze.
Brilliant. I think one of the things that coming from someone that hadn't seen a shredding facility before, so one thing that I suppose I didn't ever think about was just how immensely big and heavy these machines are. So I think when you do something like a shred size verification and you're going to such a small particulate, one of the things that was incredible to me was how difficult it is to actually, physically take these machines apart and make sure that they're maintained. And I think it's a real testament to your facility that you've got the certification, because it's a huge amount of work to keep these shredders, just to see how well they're built and to watch your staff operate them. It was really impressive.
Yeah, well, they're built. They're robustly manufactured. They stand the test of time. There are some shredders we have out in the marketplace that are older than some of the members of our team here. Me not being one, of course, but they're some of the younger members. And we actually did a PR exercise a few years back where we had one shredder in for a refurb job, and it was older than one of our area sales guys, Jude, and our marketing lady at the time. So yeah, they do stand the test of time, which I suppose gives confidence to customers when they do acquire or place their trust in us to provide them a solution that it does stand the test of time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can see. Well, actually, one of the things that I should point out while we're all chatting is that we got a facility tour at the end of this assessment, and I really like that there was a refurb area for if if your shredder has been out 10-15 years, you can send it back, and instead of buying a completely new product, you get what is essentially a new version of an old product with all of the innards completely refurbished. And it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I am actually out of questions. I don't know if you've got any others to ask Josh.
No, I think that's covered most of it.
Perfect. And Enda, is there anything that you would like to say as a closing message for any customers or anyone that might be listening?
Yeah, just our customers. I know they're faced with challenges when it comes to data destruction. And we as Ulster Shredders, we would like to say on record that we can give you confidence that the compliance to these stringent regulations have been complied with. There is an evolving data storage market. Obviously, SSDs are newer technology over the magnetic hard disk drives. So the evolving technology, we're abreast with that all, and the data storage capabilities in moving from hard disk drives to SSDs obviously it is increased, but that can be easily handled through with a change to the screen media, because of the technology that's used in SSDs as opposed to that the hard disk drives. The particle size needs to be considerably smaller, given I think it's the nano technology that exists for the storing of data. We can destruct down, and that's the reason why we went for the 3 mil particulate to ensure that there can be no data recovered. And Josh, I suppose you can verify and confirm that there was no data on the data sets available from that 3 mil on those SSDs.
Yep, absolutely. No chance of getting any data back from that.
Yeah. So no, there's nothing more that I need to add, other than just to thank yourself, Zoe, Josh, and the team indeed for what was proved to be a very, I believe it was going to be a very beneficial to us as a business, being able to say that we are now Vision assured. Is that the right way I'm describing it correctly?
Yeah, verified against Vision's shred size validation, I would say. Yeah, you join a very small list of companies verified with the compliance to ISO and IEC 21964 Part 2. So congratulations. Yeah,
and I suppose the important consideration from us shredding, the technology that we use enables the product to be destructed, but in a manner that the precious commodity materials can be recovered, and we can breathe a second life into these valuable commodity materials. And that's the key for us working in the space that we do operate in, and in the instance we have here for electronic data mediums. It's the same right across our whole business, that we're able to breathe life into valuable precious resources, that we can give those a second life, and so we can reduce and reuse indeed, for that matter.
Yep. Love it. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope to catch up with you again soon.
Thanks, Zoe. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.